Hey guys, my name's Jake, and today I'm going to be drawing the third and final installment in my real-life Disney colored pencil series. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into sketching. If you've seen any of the last two videos, you kind of know what I'm trying to do here. I want to create a set of 3 of these real-life Disney drawings, all in kind of the same style. So I'm going to have the characters sleeping in the foreground, surrounded by 1 or 2 key elements, let's face it, 2 key elements that represent that character. Since I'm going to do Winnie the Pooh here, I feel that the accessories that I can kind of work with are the honey pot and Piglet. I know that calling Piglet an accessory might seem a little weird, but I think it works. And plus, if Winnie the Pooh ever commits a crime, then Piglet's definitely gonna be an accessory, right? Anyways, one other through line that I wanted to take into account, especially when choosing a pose for the cartoon version of Pooh in the back of this piece, was that I kind of wanted an action shot. I really liked this narrative that I had put together where these characters were sleeping after a long day of activity, just cartooning, whatever, of doing what they needed to do, and they were just tuckered out after a long day and are at rest. So I wanted to make sure that I got a good, more action shot version of Pooh, which I found was kind of slim pickings, but I think I found a good one, and I'm pretty happy with the direction that this piece is gonna go. So through these last 3 drawings, I've been thinking a lot about the overall process of how I'm putting these videos together. You may have noticed that I tried something a little different in the last video. I narrated it a lot. It was really long and, to be frank, a little tedious to watch all the way through. I kind of took some time and reflected on what that issue was. And in talking with some other people, found that I wasn't really adding any value based off what I was narrating. I was just kind of saying exactly what I was doing, which some people may find that interesting, but especially drawing 3 of the same things in a row and having to narrate them, I found that that's a pretty boring way to do it. And I wanted to incorporate a little bit different type of narration. So I want to focus a little bit more on kind of what's going through my mind as I'm doing these pieces. And for this drawing in particular, it was a lot of how do I want to do these videos? This is obviously the newest part. This is only my 6th video on this channel. And so I've been thinking a lot about the different dials to turn in order to make a video that's more engaging and more interesting and that more people will want to consume. So I'm thinking that a lot of what I want to talk about through these videos is much more of the process that goes behind the scenes. And while I'm still, of course, going to point out some of the elements that I think are really cool, for instance, with this piece in particular, one thing that I really wanted to try to do was have the bear be a little bit more backlit and utilize that rim lighting to throw a lot more yellow in. This was the one character that didn't match up the color with the cartoon, and so I thought it'd be a really cool design element to use the light coming through to shift a little bit of the brown in the fur towards a more yellow color. It's subtle, but I think it does help to hint a little bit more towards Winnie the Pooh versus just a hibernating bear. But it's stuff like that you may not notice implicitly in just watching the videos and watching me color. But to be perfectly honest, it doesn't do anybody any good to listen to me discuss how I'm layering colors over and over and over again. I got bored, you guys get bored, and to be frank, that's probably why the 2nd video didn't do quite as good. I don't blame you guys for not wanting to watch it. I really didn't want to watch it, so I'm just going back to the drawing board a bit and trying to figure out some different ways of organizing everything. Obviously, if you watch the first video of my channel, I really indicate a lot more that what I want out of this whole thing is growth, is improvement, is trying some new things, and the videos are part of that. The videos is something that I am entirely new to. The art I'm comfortable with, but the videos and the narration are not. So I hope you guys bear with me, no pun intended, as I try to make these things better, and hopefully you guys don't mind as I kind of explore some different things and go through the hiccups. I will try not to make them 17 minutes long so that the hiccups are a little more bearable. Again, no pun intended. I guess what I want to get to at the end of all this is that I am so grateful to have friends and family who will provide that constructive criticism, and when asked point blank if they didn't like the video and what they didn't like, that will provide that constructive criticism so that I can apply it and try to make a better final product. It's one of the most important things of any artist or just creative in general. It's to be open about how other people are receiving your piece and if they're actually enjoying what you're putting out. It's so easy to get narrow-minded, to think that you've got this vision for what needs to happen and to think that you're putting everything out there for whatever it should be. But having a little bit of input, I've found, really does help everybody enjoy this final thing a little bit more. So with all that said, let's take a look at the final thing. Hold on, there's 3 of these, right? All right, I'm super excited with how this piece turned out and really how the set as a whole turned out. This project was a lot of fun and pretty challenging, but the final results I think were well worth it. If you liked the Winnie the Pooh drawing that I did in this video, or any of the other ones in this set, or the set as a whole, all of those pieces are going to be available on my website. I'll drop a link in the description if you're interested in those. I hope you didn't mind me too much going through a discussion of kind of what I'm thinking about behind the scenes as I'm trying to improve these videos. Let me know if you guys liked this format a little bit better, a little more open discussion of what I'm thinking about behind the scenes while I'm actually making these pieces. I think it was a lot of fun, and I think it paid off a little bit more than just straight narration. But let me know what you guys think. After 3 very long detailed drawings, I'm very much looking forward to moving on to something else. So the next video that comes out will not be a colored pencil, will not be a Disney character, I promise. So I'm very much looking forward to getting onto that. I've got some ideas that have been kind of building up as I've been making these last 3 pieces, so I'm really excited to get onto those. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see what's coming next, and until then, I'll see you next time.